I never thought there would be a day when I'd find myself standing at a life-changing crossroads, feeling broken and betrayed. For years, I believed I was living the perfect life. My wife, Emily, and I had been together for 5 years. We had a home, a comfortable lifestyle, and a love that others admired. Or so I thought. It all started quietly, with small things that I brushed off at first. Her late nights at work, her phone constantly lighting up with notifications, and the growing distance between us. But there came a point when I couldn't ignore it any longer. One evening, I returned home early from work. I opened the door softly, not wanting to disturb her, but as I stepped inside, I heard her laughter, soft and sweet, coming from the living room. Intrigued, I moved closer, and what I saw froze me in place. There she was, sitting on the couch, her face illuminated by the glow of her phone, a smile spreading across her face. But it wasn't the smile I knew. It was the smile she wore when she was with him, the man who had been a secret part of her life for who knows how long. I stood there, invisible to them, watching the woman I loved, the woman I thought was mine, giving herself to someone else. At first, I didn't feel anger. I felt numb, confused, heartbroken. She had been my world, and in a moment, she had shattered everything without a single word. Without thinking, I turned and walked out, not even bothering to pack my things. I didn't know where I was going, but I knew I had to leave. I couldn't face her, not after what I had just witnessed. I drove aimlessly, letting the dark silence of the night drown out my thoughts. I stayed with a friend for a while, then found a small apartment on the outskirts of the city, far from anything that reminded me of her. Days became weeks, and weeks turned into months, but I never heard from her. I didn't want to hear her excuses, her apologies. I was done. There was nothing left to say. In time, I began to heal. I found peace in solitude, rediscovering old passions, meeting new people, and gaining strength in the quiet moments of life. A year passed, and I thought I would never hear from her again. But one evening, as I sat on my balcony watching the sunset, a message arrived. It was from Emily. "I need to talk to you. Can we meet at Reed?" I stared at the screen, unsure of what to feel. I hadn't thought about her in months, but the message stirred something deep within me. Despite everything, despite the pain she caused, part of me still cared. But I knew that care was no longer enough to undo the damage. I agreed to meet her, and we set up a time at the coffee shop we used to frequent. When she walked in, my heart skipped a beat. She looked different, tired, thinner, but her eyes still carried the same familiarity. She sat down across from me, her hands trembling ever so slightly. "I know I don't deserve your forgiveness," she began, her voice soft and fragile. "I don't even know if you want to hear me out, but I've changed. I've had a year to think about everything, and I can't stop regretting what I did to you. I was selfish, and I hurt you in ways I can never take back." I looked at her, the woman who had once been everything to me but now felt like a stranger. The anger I once felt had faded, replaced by an aching sadness. And in that moment, I realized that forgiveness wasn't something she needed from me. It was something she needed to give herself. I had moved on, and I was no longer the person who could fix what had been broken between us. "I'm sorry," she whispered, tears welling in her eyes. "I just wanted you to know that I've learned from my mistakes. I'm not asking for you to come back to me. I just need you to know that I'm sorry." I nodded, my throat tight. I didn't know what else to say. The years of love, pain, and healing had left me with a quiet understanding. I no longer needed her apology. What I needed was the peace I had found in moving forward. "I hope you find peace, Emily," I said softly, standing to leave. "I've already found mine." As I stepped out of the coffee shop and into the night, I realized that some wounds may never fully heal. They fade with time, leaving behind scars that serve as reminders of the person you once were. And sometimes, letting go is the only way to truly move forward.